So next we will see how to create our corridor assembly from scratch. Previously we just grabbed and dropped a complete built corridor subassembly and assembly. So now let's go and see how to build it from scratch. So I'm just going to select this one and delete it, and that will delete the corridor as well. And so now this is all pre-built ones. You can select them and then you can drag them, and you can even delete them if some of those things you don't want it. So let's say once this is done, and then you can delete it, and then you can insert some new parts into it. You can do that. So the other thing that we can also do is, if you go to assembly and then create an assembly, you can give it a name. So let's say I'm going to be M1 assembly, and assembly type, you can choose a divided crown or undivided crown. You can choose any of those types, play around with that, and then you can choose an assembly style and a code set style. So all of these things we'll be doing in the advanced tutorials. So I'm just going to click OK. I'm going to click on this one. Let's click here. Okay, it's a very tiny object. So once the assembly is created, if you go on to the left side, you can see there is a section called assembly, where you can see all the assemblies that you have created. Okay, so now that's an assembly. Now we need to assemble things into it. So for that, you can go to the other tabs here. So I'm going to click on basic. And so where you got different types of basic elements here, and then lanes, you got different lanes, shoulders, medians, curves, daylights, generics, and all of these things. You got plenty of those things. Now let's grab few of them from each of those, and then we'll start playing around. So first thing is like let's go to lanes, and let's grab one of these. We can choose the lane super elevation AOR, and so I've used this for several years. So now if you look at it, it gives you a properties window here, and from here, if you go from top to bottom, you can see this is where it is coming from, this particular subassembly. So I'll be showing you how to build these things probably in the subassembly composer tutorial. So that's a separate little package that we will be doing it. And then you can also see which side you wanted to keep it. So this is on the right side. No, I wanted to start with the left side. I can choose left side. And what is the width? This is 3.6. No, I want it, let's say, around 4.6. You can have it as 4.6, and you can choose a default slope. You can extend these ones to see what's in here. So default slope, and pave 1 depth, pave 2 depth, all of these values you can actually see. All of these things you can change it. And then you can also apply super elevation, and you can use it only on the left lane or both lanes. You can choose all these. Okay, and then once you're happy with this one, the crown is inside, and then click on this green line. Don't click on anywhere else, just click on the green line. It automatically puts it onto the left side. Now if you click on the again, it puts it on the right side. But some cases you might have a difficulty of seeing this happening, and so I'm going back again. So this time I'm going to pick the left side and then click. Sometimes the assemblies might be too complex, so in that case you can manually pick the right side and then go again and click on the green line, and then you get it on the other side. And you can also further add more into the assemblies. You can have multiple lanes and things like that, and if you don't want it, you can delete it. So just gonna select it. So I'm gonna select this one, delete. All right, so now we have the lanes on both sides. We know the slope, and this is all the values that you can change as well. You can select it and go to properties by pressing Ctrl+1 or PR, and then you can see the width up here. So I'm going to change this to 4.6 on one side. So you can see one side is a bit bigger, a bit longer compared to the other side. And then once you're done with this one, you can close it, and then you can come back here, and then you can choose, let's say, shoulders. If you want to add some shoulders, you can do that. So we're not going to add shoulders for this one. Probably what we could do is like we'll add a curb and gutter. Okay, so I go to for curb, and then you can choose different types of curb and gutter here. So I'm going to choose curb gutter general, click on that, and again the same way you can change all of these parameters to change the curb gutter to the way that you want it, like the sub base depth and sub base extension. All of these values you can change it, and then you can choose whether this side is going to be on right or left. This is right side, and then zoom in closer, and then click on the circle, not on the box. Click on the circle. Now it is in flange with the lane. So now it is in flange with the lane, and you can see it automatically aligns with the surface. Now if you want to change the thickness of these ones, you can go and change these ones. Now I go to the other side, change this from right to left, and then come back here, Missed it. Curb cutter general, left side, and again come, I don't know what I do. Okay, come to left side and then go zoom in closer and then click on this one. Okay, so now we got the curb gutter on the other side. Now press enter to exit out. And once this is done, so now we need to add sort of like a simple link. The link is basically creating a sort of like a plane or anything like that. So that could be like a verge or anything it could be. Okay, so there are different types of link that you can add. You can say link, offset, and elevation. You can specify those values. You can control it. And link between 2 points, link to elevation, link to surface. Link to surface will automatically batter to the surface. But we will use daylights for that. And then link to a marked point and a link vertical. And you can also add your own marker point as well. And there is also link multiple. So you can click on that and then you can go to the left side and then you can click on this one. So this is link multiple, and then now if you specify these values, it will actually change these ones. Okay, so let's try another one. And this time, so this is generic, and you can also go into conditionals and you can go to the trench pipes. You can add those ones. You can see a whole bunch of other things that you can also add. All right, so now we go into generic, and I'm going to choose, let's say, link to marker point. We can also try that. Vertical links, links, offset, and slope. Probably we can try that, links, offset, and slope, and then click on this one. And now you see, actually I picked, I think, the wrong side. So let me go and fix this one. Now let's go to basic, see if there is another one for link. Basic curb. Link, offset, and slope. Link to surface, link to elevation, vertical link. I think we'll try, we may have to give it a try a little bit because it's been a while since I've used all of these links. So let's try link with offset and elevation. And then this one we can choose, yeah, we can choose some values and see what happens. Okay, so it looks like that. And then the other side, so we have to change the direction of it. Offset and elevation. And actually there is no option to change direction of it. It doesn't give me the left, right. Maybe what we can do is offset from the baseline, and let's try -3. These things could be interesting, so let's try. So now see, it works. And we may not know, so we have to build the corridor and check it, and if it is not, we have to come back and replace it. And now that is done. So the next thing is like we'll have probably a sidewalk. See if there is any sidewalk available. Get used to some of these things. So there is a basic lane, shape, curb cutter, general, and a basic sidewalk. Okay, so there is a sidewalk. We go to the left side and then click, and then we move to the other side. We go to the right side and then we click. Oops, basic sidewalk, and this is again on the right side, and then click. So now the sidewalk is all done. So you can also change the width of the sidewalk and all the elements in it. You can do all that sort of stuff. As you can see, it's up here. And the next one is daylight. We have to put the batters. So for that we can go to daylights, and daylight we can see if there is any generic ones. Daylight general, we can click on that, and then we can choose the right side, and which is here, and then we switch the side to left, and you can see all these parameters which will help you to adjust the daylights and create more complex corridor. Now this is all done. You can see this looks exactly same as this one. This is our own custom made one assembly, and you can even drag and drop these into your tool palette, and so you can drag and drop. I think probably it works with your own custom tab. Let me try. Probably this is in lanes. So no, assembly. I'll put it into assembly. Okay. So I don't know if it's added. Okay. So probably I'll show in the advanced tutorial how to add it to the tool palette. It'll be an interesting one. It's just drag and drop anyway. I used to do that. So now what we do is like now we'll go and build it. So I'm going for corridor. Click on corridor. The same thing as what we did before. You select the code set style, the corridor style, and then they pick the alignment, and then pick the design profile, and then the assembly. And this time we have too many assemblies here, so let's go and pick it from the screen. Click here and then go to here and make sure that either you click on the green line here or the green line here. That's the two assemblies we have. I'm going to click on this one. So it's picked, and now here we can set the targets for the surface, and we can again do it again so we can see how it is done again. Click OK, and I'm happy with this. Click OK, rebuild corridor. So now the corridor is built but not the daylights. Now select it, go to corridor properties, and then we can say parameters, set all targets, and then set surface 1 to be the target for all. Click OK, rebuild corridor, and still it's not there. So the reason why the daylight wasn't working is if I select my corridor, and then if I go to object viewer, so now if you see, the corridor is doing something pretty funny. And then if you see, this is basically my lane, and then once the lane is finished we have the curb gutter, and then from here we have the link which is going down, and that is going to the 0 elevation, and then we have the sidewalk. So that means this link is the one which is creating this issue. Okay, so now if I come back here, and then if I select my link here, and this is basically the node which is going to the 0 elevation. So I go to properties, and these are the properties that we can check. And so elevation is actually, you see, this is actually going to 0 elevation. So now this is going to be an issue. So okay, so I'll go back here to my assembly, go to my corridor properties, and then you see my targets, and then these are my offset and elevation targets, and then you can see this is my link, offset and elevation. So this is the one that is actually going to the 0 elevation. And let me expand this one, and then you see that's my elevation profile, and that is my elevation targets. And so this one I can target to my design profile, and same way to the other side as well. Let's just see if this works. So I'm just going to click OK. I'm just set it only to one side. Click OK, rebuild corridor, and looks like that's worked. So let's go to the other side now. So now this sort of stuff is pretty interesting, guys. Now we can understand these things a bit more. So now we go to the elevation target here, and then we target it to the design profile. Click OK, rebuild corridor. Now we have things on the other side as well. So now let's select everything, the corridor and the surface, and the surface and the corridor. Okay, and go to object viewer. So now let's check it out. So now it has come well. Okay, so now we have the batters, we have the corridors. It is not actually jumping to the ground, to the 0 elevation. So now this sort of stuff, when we play around these things, and we'll get an idea. And so yeah, so that's basically how you build your corridor from your own custom subassembly. Then we'll move on further to build our corridor surface and create our design surface and all that. Okay, we'll see you again in the next one. Thank you.